Good morning. At least it is here in Angeles City, Philippines on January 1st, 2025. Happy New Year. Thank you so much. It's Mike and Arlen, our Philippine journey. And this is not a budget video. There's no dollar amounts or expenses that are line itemed in any of this. This is more of something that it's how you manage your budget, how we manage our budget. So let's talk about it.
Why'd you have to go? I guess this world's too slow for you. I think there's beauty in the gray, the cold, but you just want the gold. And there's no way I can beat it, cause I got no chance when it comes to her. She got the glitter and the fame, and I just wasn't enough.
Let me get a couple of disclaimers out there right off the get-go. Number one, we are not financial advisors. Okay? We're not telling you this is how to do it. We're showing you how we do it here in the Philippines from our home country in the U.S. or my home country in the U.S. It's how we do it, and we're showing you why we do it that way. And finally, more so, disclaimer number two, we don't recommend that you do it this way. And we're going to tell you why we don't recommend it. Okay? So, let's take a look at the first piece here. All right? Now, here we have our U.S. Funds Bank. Now, as I said, we're not financial advisors. We're simply showing you how we manage our funds. Everyone has different needs. Everyone is simply different. If anything, what we hope that you get from this video is that having a plan is crucial in the first step to securing your finances. Okay? It doesn't matter what your budget is, you can apply this in that direction. All right? For some of you, you're going to find this to be complicated or cumbersome. We find it focused. We find that it keeps us on, it forces us to see whether we're on target. We've already set up a budget. We know what the expenses are going to be. Okay? With that being said, we have to fund that budget. And if we go outside of our budget, well, then the funding isn't there. And you can't write a check for money you don't have in the bank. It's that simple. Well, you can, I guess, if you're willing to take that overdraft. But the point is it's just a way to keep us on track. I don't mind it being complicated. It's not really when you think about it. And I don't mind it being cumbersome. And to us, it's not. It's, like I said, that gentle reminder. So you're going to have money coming in. And we use this example as a U.S. bank. We keep money in the U.S. for a lot of different reasons. But first off, the FDIC insurance in the U.S. is much higher than the insurance you're going to get on your money here in the Philippines. All right. Although I have very, very high confidence in Philippine banks and that not the ones that we use, that they're not going to go under, you never know. And you want to be insured. Okay. So we also keep those funds because I have a 40-year relationship with bank number one, and I have a almost 20-year relationship with bank number two. I don't want to give up those relationships. I really and truly don't, because they come with some benefits, one of which I'll show you later. But so you can have Social Security maybe, or you may have a pension or 401k or a defined benefit plan. You may have rental income, stock dividends, tax-free munis, maturing CDs, whatever. That money goes into the U.S. bank. All right, it's there. So, as that money goes in there, we again remind you, we are not financial advisors. Modify this idea. I mean, you don't have to have all of this. You could just have some of it. You could have none of it. You may be from a different country. It may be called something else. Who knows? I have no idea. But you can make this work no matter how large or small the funding amount is. So we know, boom, we see how much goes into our U.S. bank account. Immediately, what happens? Well, the first thing we do is we save in local currency, U.S. currency. It's in the U.S. bank. We're saying 15% saved automatically, boom. And that money, that amount doesn't change at all. It's actually, because of our income, the way we work it, our deposit is, well, not always, but 90% of the time, it's the same amount. And so we know 15% gets saved. Okay. Then we do a simple wire transfer to our Philippine bank for the rest of it. That's let's call it our allowance. All right. Now, remember I told you we have these banking relationships. Well, one of the perks of our relationship is that the type of account we have in our major bank account, the type of account that we have allows us 3 free wire transfers internationally a month. And you can wire way more than, they allow us to wire way more than we ever, I think once we exceeded, every wire has a specific cap, all right? And once we had to wire twice in order to get that done. So anyways, it goes to our Philippine bank. Many of you want your money coming into Philippine banks. And if that's up to you, I mean, that's all, that's fine. You could skip all of this, have it all go into your Philippine bank. Okay? If you're comfortable doing that, why not? We're not telling you how to do it. We're just showing you how we do it. Now, once it gets into our Philippine bank account, what happens? Well, it's a set amount every month in US dollars, but the conversion rate to pesos varies. We can remember, being in the 48, 49 peso range, actually less than that, I think, okay, years and years ago. But we save approximately 20 to 25% of that. So first 20%, or not 20%, but let's see, we'll go back here. Where's it at? There we go. The first 15% we save in the U.S. All right. After that, on the balance that's left, 20 to 25% we save here. That leaves us with the 70-30 split on the final balance. Of that 70-30 split, we assign 70% to household, 30% discretionary. Now, what does that really mean? And how does it actually apply? Well, keep in mind what we said. Even if all you're doing is saving $10 a month, you're saving. You've got a path. It's making you go down into that direction. It is reminding you. That's the really important part. You can make this super simple. You could have the money just come into your Philippine bank account, and you just let it accumulate as you don't spend. That's fine. But where does this really end up? 70% household. Now, these are bills that we pretty much know generally what they're going to be. And we let the money kind of accumulate. And I'll tell you what I mean by that. For instance, we know that once a year we're going to have to pay property taxes on our condo here in the Philippines. We're going to have to pay property taxes on the house in Mindanao. We're going to have to pay insurance in Mindanao. We're going to have to pay building insurance here. We're going to have HOA fees every month. We're going to have once a year car insurance here in Angeles, car insurance down in Mindanao. Plus, we're going to have to renew the scooter, the Yamaha NMAX insurance down in Mindanao. Okay? Those are household expenses, groceries, toiletries. We consider household expenses to be the stuff that maintains our lifestyle, not our excessive piece, but our basic lifestyle. That's a roof over our head, electricity, water, and whatever else is left. They got to eat, food, groceries, etc. Then the 30% discretionary. 30% discretionary is all the fun stuff. It is going to be things like going on trips. Now, we may not save enough or have enough in January to take a trip in February without going into our savings. So we don't. We say, you know what, we'll go in March. We'll go in April. Out to dinner, ordering out for dinner. Now, we eat a lot of grocery food. In other words, Arlene cooks a lot. So, contrary to popular belief, we do go to restaurants, but we don't go every night. We don't go every other night. We don't go, I don't know that we've been in a restaurant in the past week, come to think about it. We did order out pizza one night, I think, in the last week. But other than that, we've been eating leftovers from Thanksgiving. And then the groceries. Going out and having a cocktail, relaxing, doing different things. Okay? All of that's discretionary. Now, I'm lucky because I told you we do this for a couple of different reasons. Here's the biggest reason, all right? The most important reason. We do this for Arlene. Now, let me be very, very clear. Arlene is frugal. She does not spend money foolishly. She will hardly ever spend money on herself. That being said, Arlene sees this. My wife sees this. She gets into the habit. She sees how, oh, wow, we've got this much in savings. Well, we wouldn't if we didn't save, would we? All right. The second thing is Arlene has the ability to screw this all up. And I did that on purpose. Arlene has access, and I don't mean just that she knows my username and password. She's on our U.S. bank accounts, okay? She's actually the primary on our Philippine bank accounts. She has the ability to go in and grab money if she wanted, but she doesn't. She doesn't because I'm around. And she's very frugal. If I can teach her, or at least ingrain into her to maintain this once I'm gone, I've accomplished something that's of benefit. And that's important to me. And it should be important to you if you have a significant other here. Find a path, okay? It doesn't matter how much. I'm telling you right now, it just doesn't. What matters is that you do it. Because if you don't plan, you're not going to do it. You're going to spend the money foolishly. Now, the other thing about budget videos and things like that, they never talk about how much money they spent setting themselves up. All right. What did it cost for that house? Where'd they get that money? You did that on $2,000 a month? Really? Now, don't get me wrong. There are some people that have. I know several examples of expats that took 7, 8, 9 years to build their house because they did it. But they were very wise, very strict with their money. We planned before we even came to the Philippines that we were going to be funding 100%, or not 100. Actually, we funded our condo out of US dollars. We funded our home in Mindanao partially out of US dollars and then out of our allowance, so to speak. How we spend our money, it's none of your business. What we spend it on, pretty much none of your business. The fact is, though, that it's there and you can do the same thing. And you know something? We would caution you, don't tell people how you spend your money or what you spend it on or how much you spend. There's nobody's business but your own. However, in the comments below, please let us know, do you stay in contact with how much you're moving back and forth? You don't have to do wire transfers. You could do like Wise or Remitly or something like that. It's just that wire transfers for us are free, and free is cheaper than $5. So in the comments, let us know what you think. We do appreciate and so much that you guys are watching our videos, that you're commenting, that you hit that thumbs up, that you subscribe. We really and truly do. Otherwise, thank you so much. Have a great 2025.